I became connected with Crew as a high school freshman through Crew's high school ministry, Student Venture. God used that ministry to bring me into a close relationship with Him. So when I got to college, I knew that I needed Crew. I was intimidated by that party school reputation and afraid that I would have a hard time finding friends who didn't want to get drunk all the time. I got connected with Crew and it was my lifeline those first several months. On the other hand, my husband had a totally different experience in that he was connected with Crew when someone knocked on his dorm room door and explained the gospel to him. From there, he started going to Bible study, eventually led his own Bible study, and even moved back into the dorms his senior year so that he could live in community with the freshmen that he was leading. I led my first Bible study when I was a junior. My co-leaders and I created what we called our prayer wish list for our Bible study. We created the list by dreaming up what we wanted to see the Lord do the next year, and then we spent the summer praying daily through that list. We asked the Lord to first of all make girls come to our Bible study, but also to show off His glory and do things that were bigger than we could think to ask or imagine. It became clear throughout that year that it was the Lord's will to answer those prayers. Not only did our Bible study regularly consist of 12 to 15 girls, even making it to over 20 occasionally, but these girls were excited to learn about Jesus and to tell others about Him. At the end of the year, we challenged 10 women to lead their own Bible studies, and that next year I got to lead all of them while they each led freshmen and Bible studies too. Today, of those 10 women, 2 of them are on staff with Crew. 1 is a Christian counselor, 1 leads a ministry for unreached Asian people groups, 3 are serving the Lord from the workplace, 1 is a full-time discipler of her little children, although really 8 of them are, and 1 is living overseas, planting churches in a nation with very few believers. But all of them are still following the Lord and leading others towards truth as well. My time in ministry didn't end when my time in college with Crew ended either. Crew prepared me to be intentional about discipling people and about living missionally when I left school. What this looks like for my husband and me is choosing to live in a part of town that is highly populated by immigrants from countries with a very low population of believers. We're also in the middle of training to become foster parents so that we can provide a safe home for kids who need it and to be the light of Jesus in their very often dark worlds. And of course, we're also discipling our 2 young boys. I tell you the details of my life and of the women who were in my Bible study, not in any way to toot my own horn, but God's, because this is not really a unique story. Every year, God uses Crew to bring people into relationship with Him, and then leads them to preach the saving news of Jesus to more people. He's working in huge ways in Athens, around the country, and around the world through this ministry. I give financially to this ministry because I want to be a part of it. I left college 9 years ago, but I didn't leave this ministry because through giving financially, I still get to be a part of it, and you can too. Giving to this ministry means being that lifeline to freshmen like me who are seeking Christian community. It means being a sender of the gospel to people like my husband who are just waiting for someone to knock on their door and tell them the truth. It means being a part of a ministry that is sending students to the ends of the earth with the truth.